Your updates be brand na wie ye de ebro nti be share ahwefo some be gimre na ye de update ayensa aka na yemfa emma quickly last week ye brand updates about Nana Kwame Bedi Akon on Kensington residentials na eho ensem with Kola Holdings and ne dan a ewo osu number 1 Oxford Street ye gi edi free ni some months ago no ebeto dwa na ye de updates brand say o makwa akoya appeal na sese am no ka say Nana Kwame Bedi Akon court ahye ne dan number 1 Oxford Street on Nicola Holdings and a kabomu under Kensington Residential Partners 1 and omusi no a hun sensam of 14.9 million dollars and now was Nana Kwame Bedi Akutua Edema Cola Holdings normally offset bank bosi omukoje ye di si sa dan no sese a court ahye say a dan a omo Edema Cola Holdings omo me take over for the failure say Nana Kwame Bedi Akon entimi entua sa sika no enti omo enye dan free nsem no omo asa return dan no e de ama Nana Kwame Bedi Akon enti update e de bra mo police for ko gina ho omo de red paint ni ade twetwe ho ni nyina say am no ka say court ahye say yen sanfa e dan no sanfa ma Nana Kwame Bedi Akon update e de bra mo na che say omo de nsem na court say high court and some of the buyer and our court and some of the buyer say any dining free in some no or appeal because on TSA say on you be a cabo makoje bosia say de be adwuma na sika no na wo se wakwa kotua 100% of it enti maybe 50% na aka na wo se meso me den me ba betua but me yenya sika time I see dine no operations ani ye nyina from covid time ni nyina ye say den nya sika bia metini aboabo no de akotua me part of it no enti ye den ena moba se court se momra meje dan no because a UK court ena rule here se Cola Holdings omumra na omo take over number 1 Oxford Street enti o de court se sa ruling na ba ye no omo emontungu emfama Nana Kwame Bedi Akon enti after 1 month eni akire ye ji dan no edi free Nana Kwame Bedi Akon nsem no de betimi edema mo ne se court asa hye se yen sanfa ema Nana Kwame Bedi Akon court overseas takeover of Cheddar's number 1 Oxford Street Hotel. Eti eno ena yede update no ede emam no. Enti some no saying ena si course wo court because yede buy na and some no wo court say omo ya appeal na Kwame Bedi Akon ya appeal but still na Cola Holdings any the receiver no o ma take over but then na Kwame Bedi Akon say yede appeal ne ba na so win here all in some operations within that period no e be yen sem bebre see ebesa ade ama no ne hu sika sem bebre but still na no say am no ka say appeal no enya akoso ruling na banti on your screens court orders supervised handover enti o say animu ye Cola Holdings any the receiver omo ka bo mu e de echo take over number 1 Oxford Street no court order say yen supervising almost and returning everything back to Nana Kwame Bedi Akon and Kensington Residential Partners 1. Justice Muku Alifo further directed that the handover to be conducted under the supervision of the High Court Registrar. The court said a joint inventory of the hotel, its assets and other items in the respondent's possession must be conducted as part of the handover process. The respondents were additionally ordered to submit full financial accounts relating to the receivership within 7 days. The ruling effectively reverses the July 23rd takeover and restores Kensington Residential Partners 1's Limited's possession of the number 1 Oxford Street Hotel, subject to any further legal proceedings arising from the dispute. Any updates, any assets, financials, reports be also within the period taking over was also making sure say betena say na handing over bibia ama back to Nana Kwame Bedi Akon. So, an Accra High Court has ordered the immediate return of number 1 Oxford Street Hotel to Kensington Residential Partners Limited, Partners 1 Limited, overturning the previous takeover of the property linked to the business mogul Nana Kwame Bedi Akon, popularly known as Cheddar. And see, any updates. So now we can say yes, indeed. Order a free UK buy here somewhere July 23rd. And now, ni amano dodu. Any Cola Holdings, ni amano dodu no de Ghana. Cola Holdings any the juma e for there omo UK enti ni amano dodu ne de share nsa se onko no nkoje dan no ema court ema police escort eka receiver no ho eye ni amano do du ho e ma omo ko e ko mountain me can say checkpoints e hotel ho na omo take over operations within there's a 1 month in India omo na eye adwuma ni nyina e wo number 1 Oxford Street. And see, what we have on your screens is what happened at the court. And the presiding judge, Justice John Mark Nuku Alifo, ruled on Friday, August 21st, 2026, that the takeover of the property on July 23rd by Ni Amano Dodu and Kola Holdings Limited was unlawful and in breach of the rules of the Court of Appeal. And see, takeover na yede Emma Omono with Court of Appeal, Ede Emma. Ni amano dodu Nicola Holdings say omo take over a dino na or say there's some level of breach be a wom enti omo abo ensem no e de atoagu ama sese no omo si omo san return dino enfama na kwame bedi akọ because oko lending and borrowing mrani mu a some de oka metua ene ade no say yan fa dan na anye collateral a untimi ma me fa dan no say odi oba be take over because a new book be able to the side and the collateral. The only thing that happened was Omuji Sikano, that is the project now Kola Holdings any new amano do so still no montiase enti I was say omo seeking for stay of execution. And the receiver seeks stay of execution after High Court ordered him to hand back number 1 Oxford Street Hotel to Cheddar's company. And stay of execution, the executioner a free UK court hobaye, Emma Court of Appeal so they be told so say, Yama omo police, and I say police for no one come, no call hotel, no one take you over no, or say no still no a trust so a year juma, not High Court, the abasi see any day, or more essence so a day, about to go. Now on your screen, the High Court in Accra on Friday, August 21st. So we know. Yeah, what is the receiver? The receiver is Ni Amano Dodu and then Kola Holdings. What other step no mu ateki after say among Sanfa Dino and Mabak Nana Kwame Bedi Akono. So the receiver, Ni Amano Dodu, who took over the number 1 Oxford Street Hotel on behalf of Kola Holdings, has however filed an appeal against the Friday ruling together with Kola Holdings, a partner company of businessman Nana Kwame Bedi Akono, commonly known as Cheddar or Freedom Jacob Caesar. And see, I know updated. They didn't count the amount that I say Kola Holdings. Ni Raya Azad Kola. On it, na kwame bedi akona aka bom. They are business partners. No, we call musika bom. Omo koji sika. Oh baby, edi beka bom edi sa adwuma no. Enti eno eho update. Ena yede ema mo no. Enti the High Court in Accra presided over by Justice John Mark Alifo, following an appeal by Bedi Ako's company on Friday, set aside the receiver's possession of the property and ordered him to redeliver the hotel to Bedi Ako's Kensington Residential Partners 1 Limited. So in the motion asking for a stay of execution of the order to redeliver the hotel, the receiver argued that the ruling was patently in error, inconsistent with the Constitution and the Borrowers and Lenders Act 2020, Act 1052, and disregarded a binding decision of the Court of Appeal. And he says, the was called take over. Busumi Beba Kuni or take over CCA Accra High Court. As also the Abba said, they should give the hotel back to Nana Kwame Bedi Ako and Kensington Residential Partners 1. No, or more Aqua Siki for stay of execution. Not just still now they want to still take over or have control over the hotel. Any updater to see yede emamo because Nana Kwame Bedi Ako no chiremu a omo hu say esisi bi and omo esisi no because there are no records in pay say ampa Azad Kola wakwa kotua sa sika no because take over no enche ubeti an say hotel no omaton agi omu sika na omo de ko enti na is totally enya de say sa dan no be ba sa be hye Nana Kwame Bedi Ako ense bio enti eno de mra kwan so ene na abedi we ho nje say na am say be ko 1 month anisa because Nana Kwame Bedi Ako enso take over or take you over no say stay of execution no omo koye na say Azad Kola ne the company omo sanso wini a na just say they have to return the building back to the receivers, which is me, Amano Doju, and then Azad Kola. 14.9 million dollars. I also Nana Kwame Bediako also Tiano. No one say I was see a tenase. Na yen dwene ho ni hu se sign ye di sika no e fa so aye betimi atua ama na ye because ye nyina na ye ka bom se ye adwuma e na adwuma no se de wo se ko no nya sa na ekọ e na wo na wo sika no akotua wo part of the obligation ba me de ni nya ntua ye wo so atua ma menti e dan ye ka sika ni bo mu esi ye no obeje na na Kwame Bediako say it is unlawful e na ono so de court no court afọ so sampa e na bia ni ho a e kire se e wo so mo ba na omo ebe take over eye edan no ejisesi am no ga say de Nana Kwame Bediako ensem o keka ye about say omo echinchim ne nsaje they are giving multiple ways to recollect that particular money no say no kra ya abamu a sesi am no ka say de ya san so de dan no ama Nana